Alright, y'all, we're over here at the bow vise. We're going to level up everything. And we're going to throw a loop on here, check the cam timing, and paper tune it. So here we go. We got a float orange string with a brown pinstripe in it. I guess the brown kind of accents the riser. Get everything nice and level. Strings level. And get the arrow level. Perfect. Tie my little inner knots here. I will have to say this bow smells like earth scent. Okay, we're going to tie our little serving knocks that'll go inside the loop right now. You've seen this on other videos that we've done, I'm sure. If not, go check them out. What this does is a couple things. One, if you ever change the loop out, you don't have to worry about it not being in the exact same spot. And two, it prevents that loop from sliding in toward the knot and causing a bunch of knot pinch, especially on like a super short bow, which a lot of them are now. So I tie them, some people just tie them above or below. I tie them above and below. I feel like if you just tie it above or below, it's just a reference point. It's not going to prevent that knot pinch. Now you can super bow up on the loop and dig it into the center serving, and it of course won't move, but then it's dug into the center serving and you're going to eventually probably have to reserve. Your center serving because you got a loop on the bare string. Alright, so now, I don't know how well you can see this. I'm going to leave the slightest little gap below this knock so that it don't, you don't want it right up against there. Actually, that's too big of a gap. If you put it right up against it, it'll do what we're trying to not do, and that is put a preload on the knock itself and possibly pick it up off the rest. Same thing on the bottom. I'm just alternating my knots back and front, getting them pretty snug. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to square it off and lock this knot. Get that tight, pop the arrow off, burn it. Now you could technically leave it here, but I go one more step and I'm going to show you this. See that knot? It's got the slightest bit of movement there. At full draw, if you check it at full draw, it actually won't have any movement because of the angle of the string. I'm going to put a tiny, tiny dot of glue just on those things I just tied. I don't want this on the center serving because that can make a mess. I'm going to burn my loop here. You just want to get a nice round ball. I'll keep burning it a time or two. I want to get the air bubbles out of it. Go ahead and tie the bottom. Perfect. Go ahead and tie the top. course, you can make these as big or little as you would like. Trim it off. Kind of fray up that end real good. Burn it. Let that cool off for a second. You can pull this through and burn it while it's tied, but I've seen people burn the loop itself. We don't want to go there. Get that snugged up. Now we'll tie in the peep. So I'm back again. I ran out of time last night. So here we are the next morning. I'm going to go ahead and tie a piece of serving around the peep just so it don't fly out when I get ready to paper tune it. I'm going to not tie this peep in yet because I know this customer mentioned moving it up a little bit. So I'm going to just tie around it and then I can slide it wherever I need to because I don't want to tie it in and then have to cut that loose when he comes back type of deal. Okay. Most of the time I would definitely recommend if you're going to test fire one, make sure you got at least this done, tied around it, because I've seen, it don't have to happen often, but I've seen a peep or two fly out of a string when it wasn't tied in. I know people, I don't think I know anybody right now, but I know people in the past that have just shot with nothing tied in at all. I mean, you hit the peep or something and it slides and then your sight is done. So let's go to the draw board and we'll check the cam timing. We may have to put a twist or two in the cable to get that perfect, and then we'll shoot it through the paper. Here we are over here. We'll go ahead and check the weight and the whole 9 yards. Right at 71, right at 72 pounds is perfect. Okay, that gets our rest cord timed, or close to timed. I'll flip the bow around so I can see the stops better. This is an Elite Tempo. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. I was hoping to get this video done last night. We had a few people come in and ended up didn't have enough time left, so we'll get her knocked out this morning. So what I'm looking for, I know you probably can't see it, but I want these stops to hit at the same time. This rarely happens, but they look like they are hitting at the same time now, believe it or not. Usually it might take a twist or two here or there to get them perfect, but they are dead on. So I can leave that alone. That don't hardly ever happen. That is the good thing with using, you know, a decent quality string, is as long as they're measuring them to the factory standard, which is on 100 pounds with a 1/4 inch pin before they ship them, you know, you usually can get lucky a few times here and there. And of course we make these in house and that's how we do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and work on this rest cord. We've got a QAD here. Let's see, can you see? I'm gonna zoom it in a little bit. We got our QAD. I don't like using the clamps that come with them. I like putting it through the cable. So I did that. Now I got it timed when I pulled it back the first time, or at least close to it. I'm gonna go ahead and I cut it. I'm gonna burn this cord and then I'm gonna pull it back again. Usually somewhere around 2 inches, 1.5 inches, somewhere from the back wall is where you want this thing all the way up. And that gives you, make sure it gets out of the way in time and all that type of stuff. Every bow's a little different. I've had some that like to come up a little earlier, some that like to come up a little later, just according to the bow. We put the Pine Ridge Speed, or the Nitro XL buttons is what they call it on this bow. It's like a speed knock type of thing. It's what comes factory on the Elite bows. I like them pretty good. Let's check our rest time in here. That looks perfect. It's up right there, and I got another 1.5 inches or so to go. Okay, let's go shoot it through the paper. We're back here at the paper tuner. We'll see what she does. I don't think I've mentioned it, but this is a full metal jacket we set this bow up with. What he's shooting. 71 pounds. Good feeling bow. Bullet hole. Tell you what, I'm gonna chronograph it real quick. This thing is on 71 pounds, 28-inch draw, 480 grain arrow. Let's see what it does. .265, not bad at all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Got this Elite Tempo tuned up real nice. Got the cam timing right, poundage right, all the specs right. Got it the bullet hole through paper. Chronographed it the whole 9 yards. We just got to wait on the customer to pick it up. So thanks for watching. If you have anything we can do for you, give us a call at 864-735-8484. We have folks shipping bows all the time from out of state. We have people call with just random questions. We can answer those. We make custom strings. We can ship you a string. Just let us know how we can help you. I'm Jeremy, and thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.